available after here. So here we shall be able to read through and review the people who are going to be making remarks or short speeches. We shall have the first three. Then we shall have the fourth. But when we come to speeches number 5, you see one central one. Central question say we shall have it from outside. All of the government also outside. And the district chairperson will make remarks from here, the district commissioner from here, and the presentation of gifts and the other program on the other side. Are we together? So may I invite the mass officer to give us
as a witness, the journey ended and the new journey started. We hand over to the dear ministers, as we witness this sensational moment, and we dedicate service as citizens of this country. We thank you. Pray this in Jesus Christ our Lord.
our resident district commissioner and the team from the office of the president who joined us. Department, the head teachers representatives, both from secondary and primary, who have joined us, the representatives of the local governments, invited the guests in your in your respective capacities. I take this opportunity to welcome you to witness this handover of our accounting officers. I think this is not new to us because since I joined the Maracha district local government in 2014, I have witnessed at least more than 6 handovers. But this one here has come after some long period of time. In other words, the handovers, the previous handovers have been a little bit shorter. The cows come for a short time and then leave, even including deputies. I think the immediate 2 or 3 deputy cows I have witnessed their handover being held within a period of not more than 7 months. So 6 months to find the deputy cows leaving. Also the same with the cows, 1 year, 6 months, less than 2 years. But our cow here is leaving us, I think, after 2 years. So I want to welcome you to witness this function. And not to waste time, we're going to open the program so that we proceed with it in the right time. because of keeping time. So now I'm going to take the opportunity to invite the administrative officer to rise up and make his handover speech, and then transfer instruments of authority to the incoming cow, who is then going to make the takeover speech from the outgoing cow. So may I take the opportunity to invite the cow.
Thank you very much, the Master of Ceremonies, for doing your work and coordinate for this function. The Resident District Commissioner and your team, the Chairman, Executive, and members of DEC who are ready to this meeting. The District Speaker, although I don't see him around, heads of department, you're most welcome to this function. Members of the statutory bodies, we have District Service Commission, we have PAC, we have Landlord, and all others. I may be mentioning a few, but we have a number of statutory bodies in the district. Leaders from the lower local governments, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this privilege to very warmly welcome all of you here for this very important and indeed an indelible function in as far as the work of the cow is concerned. I am performing the handover of office to the incoming acting chief administrative officer, whom we both received letters of transfer. I am going to a district called Agago. Agago is in Acholi sub-region, for those of you who may not know. It is bordering Karamoja. It is next after Padea. As I talk now, I have already gone and reported there. And I've also scheduled a handover to take place on Friday this week. The cow there was the cow Koboko. The DO knows him very well, Mr. Kera. He's also a son of the soil. Some of you may know him. He has gone to Kakumiro. So we have agreed with him that he comes on Friday, and I take over from there. Mr. Riso, Peter Hemos, who is seated next to me here, has hardly spent a long time period here. He was my deputy. The permanent secretary minister of local government has assigned him to caretake the office of the cow of Maracha. That's why I'm not handing over to a new person. I'm handing over to somebody who has been in the system for I think 2-3 months. And he knows very well the environment of Maracha, the systems of Maracha, and I don't need to mentor him on really what should happen. He has been working with the very staff who are here. He has been working with the district security team who are here. He has been working with the leaders of local governments who apparently are also here, and members of DEC and the chairman of MC5. So there is nothing new to him. He's basically performing something he already knew. As I leave for a new station, I will be leaving somebody who has been in the system. So there is nothing much to worry in terms of somebody taking over from me, in terms of experience, in terms of skills. We will perform his best. For the few months I have stayed with him, I have discovered one very good thing about him. He's a very committed young officer, very experienced, and the choice the permanent secretary made to make him act as cow was one of the best choices. which I really appreciate, and I want to thank the ministry for having done that. I want to thank everybody for giving me a very conducive atmosphere, for giving me a very conducive platform, which eventually made me to perform and execute my duties as the Chief Administrative Officer and also as Accounting Officer for Maracha District. I thank all of you for being very supportive of me, for providing me the gateway for successful management when sometimes I feel I am hard up. I've been able to consult with a number of you, and you did your best. That's why I cannot go and say I have not been welcome. I've clocked 2 years now in Maracha. And sometimes it is not easy for a cow to clock 2 years. This is what I want to inform you. There are cows that have gone to stations and spent less than 2 months, and they are transferred to another station. I have got cows that have been transferred to new stations, and idly spending 1 month, they get a phone call indicating that they should leave that station and go to another station. I was telling my brother, Mr. Peter, there is a certain landline number from Ministry of Local Government. Once you see that landline number on your phone, there are basically 2 or 3 things you should suspect. It is about, one, it can call you for disciplinary case that is pending against you. 2, it is calling you for a transfer letter that must be collected. For us, we narrow down to 5 areas, and those 5 areas, it doesn't fall out of those 5 areas. So I received that call, and I suspected this call should be for a transfer. And he also said that's what he also did. So I don't want to talk a lot. I want to be very precise in terms of saying I have enjoyed working in Maracha. I enjoyed working with all of you. I enjoyed working with security because they have been very close by me. They have always guided me on what should be done in terms of prevailing over situations of insecurity, and things get normalized. I have always been able to work closely with the Office of Chairman MC5 and members of the executive, and we have not knocked our heads. Actually, I want to thank the Council of Maracha, the District Council of Maracha. For the 2 years I have worked in Maracha, I have never missed attending any council session. And for each of the council sessions I have attended, I have learned quite a lot. That you really are a very united team that speak the same language. Because there are districts that the chairman, LC5, and members of council don't see eye to eye. They drink from the well. But in Maracha here, I think such a scenario is if it is existing, then I didn't come across it. Maybe you are behaving like the Arabs, where if you knock at the door and find the wife and the husband fighting, they first pretend like there was no fighting and they welcome you. But I think you didn't pretend to behave like that. Or in terms of service delivery, we tried our best. Maracha district is one of the few districts in West Nile, and I think in the whole of this region, and in the whole country, where we have been able to pay salaries within the time frame required by Ministry of Local Government, and then Ministry of Public Service, and then Ministry of Finance. We are paid within the time period. And I want to tell you the staff are very happy. I have called upon my colleague who is incoming, and I think he has always been doing that where he was, so it's not a new story to him. salaries must be paid by the 28th of the month of service. I have received another communication from the Ministry of Finance that salary payment must be effected by the 28th of that month. This is November. Anybody who pays salaries beyond November 28th, the Permanent Secretary Ministry of Finance is indicating very clearly that they will withhold your salary. Any salary made after the 28th, your salary, the invoice is sent to the ministry will be withheld for a specific number of days until somebody gets trained, somebody gets reformed. So that will be encouraging and I think inciting the masses against you, the cow. I think that is the scenario that they want to establish. So, how salary is paid by the 28th? We have had a scenario where the Chairman District Service Commission has been very significant. Chairman, I want to applaud you so much. We work very well. We have provided a situation where we have recruited staff that should be able to come and drive the buses that were driverless. And I'm happy that the passengers that were not able to move can now be able to move to the destinations they are desired. So I want to thank you for that. At least for the few years I've worked here, I have signed many appointment letters. I've signed many appointment letters, and that eventually will improve on service delivery. Service delivery will be improved. We have had another situation where health workers under UGIFT, money has been allocated for recruiting more staff under health to man the facilities that have been constructed, because those constructed facilities have no staff. Government has said we are going to do that, and I want to leave it to my colleague who is incoming to ensure that this is undertaken. Having said that, and I want to go straight to the handover report. I have a few copies. You may not be able to reach all of you, but for those that are near people who have them, you can be able to share, and you get to know what it encompasses in this type of handover. So this is the handover from Mr. Olila Patrick, who is me, the outgoing cow, and handing over office to the incoming acting cow, Mr. Peter, and it goes like this. This is page 1. Following my transfer to Agago District local government, pursuant to Uganda Public Service Standing Orders 2010, Section FD, I hereby hand over the office to you, Mr. Peter Hemos, with its assets and liabilities. When I talk of assets and liabilities, you know, the negatives and the positives. The vision of Maracha district is a model district in Uganda with a healthy, wealthy, knowledgeable, and peaceful people by the year 2040. By 2040, and if you can also leave the rest because you can't, I'm not sure whether your age will allow you to go up to 2040, or by that time you're still the cow of Maracha. Mission: to increase and sustain access to socio-economic services to the population of Maracha and create prime conditions for investment, peace, good governance, and development. The district profile, the geographical aspect. Maracha district was created in 2009/10 financial year and started effective operations on 1st of July 2010-2011. Maracha district is found in the north western region with its district headquarters and commercial town in Maracha Town Council. 35 kilometers north of Arua town along the main road to South Sudan. Maracha district is bordered by Koboko in the north, Yumbe in the northeast, Terego in the east, Arua district in the south and southeast, and Democratic Republic of Congo in the west. This is very obvious. I didn't need to have said this, but for purpose of handover, it is a requirement. The land area. The district has an approximate land total of 445 square kilometers. 445 square kilometers. According to the service map produced by CUAM, that is CUAM in 2006, and UBOS census results released in November 2014, about 2.9% of the total land is occupied by forests and hills, leaving a total of 435 square kilometers available for habitation and arable land. Maracha district lower local governments. You will realize that lower local governments in Maracha are basically about 19. I have indicated very clearly the name of the lower local government, the name of the chairperson LC3, and the number of parishes, and the number of villages or the cells. They are all clearly stipulated here. So I don't need to go one by one. You will be able to find out how many parishes are in one sub-county or a town council, etc. Page 4, section 3, demographic characteristics of Maracha district local government. The district population between 2008 and 2010 was estimated at 193,000 people. And the district population was growing at an average annual rate of 3.3%, which is higher than the national average, which national average is 3.2. Ours is at 3.3, the national average is at 3.2. So we are growing at a faster rate than the entire country. However, after the population census carried out in 2024, the population of Maracha grew from 193,000 to 234. You can look at that rate. 193 to 234. That's about how many more people in a time span of how many years? 10 years? So we are growing very fast. Given this high population, the district needs to expand substantially its entire infrastructure, especially in education, health, and water supply. Because there are more people and there are few water sources. There are more people coming on board or with very few health facilities. So the planning aspect of it must be able to increase more health facilities, more schools, etc. Household population. The households in Maracha are 36,000. Population of 234,000 vis-a-vis households of 36,000. Now you can be able to calculate how many people are in one household. You can be able to divide 234,000 divided by 36,000. When we go to the next page, we have two counties in Maracha. There is Maracha County and then Maracha East. Those are the two constituencies we have. Sub-counties, we have 15 sub-counties which are fully operational. We have 4 town councils, all which are operational. We have 91 parishes. We have 691 villages. We have 1 private hospital in the name of St. Joseph Hospital, Maracha. And we have 1 Maracha Health Center 1, Health Center 4. We have 2 health center twos, Amaniki and Loinya. So these are the 2 health center twos we have in Maracha. And the program of government is to ensure that all these health center twos are elevated to health center 3. So the remaining 2 health center twos, I have been reliably informed, I need to share with you, that government has written a project proposal to World Bank to fund you give 3, I mean you give 2. And World Bank has already approved that money. So that means the remaining 2 health facilities under 2 will be able to be upgraded. And if we fight hard and desire what we call the district hospital, then that money also can be able to transform health center 4 to health center 5, which is a district hospital. We have 63 primary schools. The private or community primary schools are 2. Secondary schools, we have 7. Private secondary schools are 6. Tertiary institutions are 5. Latrine coverage is at 75. We need to do a lot here. There are people who are still doing what we call open defecation, Mr. DHO. There are people who are still doing what we call open defecation. And it's a very big risk to good sanitation. So we need to elevate this latrine coverage from 75 to 100. Our safe water coverage is at 76. Out of 76, out of 100 sources of water, only 76 are what? Are safe. Hand washing facilities 14. You go to somebody's home, you go to a toilet, you come back out, you don't see a hand washing facility, and you risk eating food with your dirty hands. This is very embarrassing. Deep boreholes, we have 299. 299. Out of the 299, we have been told the safe water coverage is at 76. So that means sometimes this could be an inflated figure, which the water officer who is here should be able to talk about that in future. Protected springs, 360. Shallow wells, 70. Rainwater harvesting tanks, 70. Pipe water supply schemes, we have 4. Only 4. Composition of council stroke statutory bodies. The district level political leadership. There are 40 district councillors in the district. Below are details of the members of the executive, the speaker, and the deputy speaker. Mr. Honorable Obite Striffin is the chairman LC5. Honorable Asea Bosco is the vice chairperson. Wani Emmanuel Honorable is the speaker of the district. Honorable Drakama Adrian is the deputy speaker. Honorable Alema Diki is the secretary for social services. And then Honorable Ndera Haydin, secretary for production. And then lastly, Honorable Waga Charles is the secretary for works. The statutory bodies, we have District Service Commission. District Service Commission, we only have 3 members who are who are constituting membership of this commission. There are only 3. We have recently submitted 2 names. Council nominated 2 names and have made submission to the public service. And any time from now, they are going to be invited for interviews. Chairman will be invited for interviews in a short time. The PAC. The District Public Accounts Committee is fully constituted and is doing its job very, very well. I recently engaged with them. We had to bring back funds that were not accounted for. And I want to be very, very happy with them. They are very, very concise in what they are doing and very, very committed. Contract Committee, they are fully constituted. District Land Board, fully constituted. Now the District Land Board had members of 5, but their term of office expired on the 15th of November. That means you don't have a district land board. 15th of November is about 3-4 days ago. So the incoming cow, we need to work very hard to ensure that we have a fully constituted land board. Without the land board, we have issues of land matters within the district. And I see Maracha is very, very prominent. Very prominent. So we need to have the land board in place. The staffing levels. The staffing levels, they are here very clear. I don't need to go into details. The staffing level, we should have had the staffing level up to 100%. But what we have is at 55. That means out of 100 people we should have had as staff in Maracha, we only have 55. The incoming cow, you have a lot to do and look for the 45 staff. There are 45 buses that will don't have drivers. You need to look for those drivers to drive these buses. In the office of the cow, I have the following. I have the following people. The deputy cow, in the names of Eriso Peter Amos, who is seated here, and he has been appointed as acting cow. I'm therefore appealing to you to see how you can be able to bring somebody. Atrice is seated there, is the principal assistant secretary. You can elevate him to acting deputy cow, and somebody can replace him as fast as we look for service delivery in terms of the wants and the interests of the population. This is to hand over to you the core team I have mentioned above. They are just out there. Administration department continues. We have the human resource, who is headed by Mr. Mukili. Mr. Mukili is around here. Fortunately, I want to share with you, it is very difficult to go to a district and find the Office of Human Resource fully constituted. There are 3 people that must serve in the Office of Human Resource. Must be the Principal Human Resource Officer. There must be the Senior Human Resource Officer. And there must be Human Resource Officer, that is at U4 stage. Senior at U3. And then Principal at U3. You get the point? But in Maracha, we have all these people available. And that's why we have been able to pay salaries within the time frame required, because we don't have shortage of staff. But where sometimes you have worked as cow, you find only the Principal Human Resource Officer. And to process salaries for payment, sometimes you go up to the 5th of the following month. But here we are doing that within the what? In the course of the month. Yeah. I have the following 3 issues I want to bring to you, Mr. the incoming acting cow. One is this. On the 17th of October, which is not very far from now, I received a report from PPDA on contract audit into the construction of Kololo Seed Secondary School. And out of this report, there were 4 key recommendations given to me or made to be acted on by me as an accounting officer. But in the interest of continuity of action by the Office of the Cow, I am going to give you only 2 key ones. The rest you can get from the report. The report is sitting with me here. You can get it from the registry. The first key issue which I want to hand over to you is, and I read it verbatim, as it is, reported speech. Expedite the process of securing a competent contractor to complete the costed pending works and have the project completed and handed over to the intended beneficiary. This is follow the seed. I remember there was a team that went for a meeting in Jinja, in Kampala, where the chairman, LC5, was part of the team. Head of procurement was part of the team. This engineer was part of the team, although he didn't have time to go. And then, yeah, car was there. I delegated him to go. And they gave you the time frame upon which these unfinished or incomplete schools must be completed. So it coincides with the PPDA report that we ensure, I'm not sure whether we have the head of the PDU here, but I am reliably informed that I think the processing of the contract is almost over. And they are almost going to get done with the signing of the contract. So identify the contractor and ensure that this economic receipt is finished. It is at 97% completion, at 97. So you remain with 3% to complete. A serious contractor will only need about less than a month to complete the project. 2, recover funds worth 219,296,894 shillings paid to the contractor, Achoro, United Traders Limited, for works not executed but paid. And it goes ahead and submit evidence of recovery to the authority, which is PPD. You recover the 219 million from Achoro. I should have done that if I were here, but because you're not coming. And then issue 2. Issue 1 had those 2 components. The second issue, which basically the 3, on the 11th March 2025, I received a letter from the district health officer indicating that Works Department had overpaid a contractor called Rightways Investment Uganda Limited, a sum of 44,312,200 shillings for works not executed at Health Center 4. Based on this letter I received from the DHO, I wrote to the acting district engineer to reply whether the DHO was alleging an issue against him. He wrote back to me and said there was the computation error for the certificate of completion of works, and therefore necessitated the contractor to be paid over and above the required threshold by 44 million. And he had gone ahead, that's what he told me, he had gone ahead and engaged the contractor, and the contractor had paid 6 million out of the 44 million. And therefore the balance of 38 million is still remaining, and this money should have been recovered absolutely 100% as of 30th of June 2025. So it has gone over and above, it has gone over the financial year. So what you need to do is to also ensure that this money is recovered, the 38 million, it should have been recovered as of last year, as of June ended last year. So that's actually what you need to do. The 44 million for the district is with the contractor. The 219 million for the district is with the church. So this is the interim service delivery. I wrote to the district engineer, Timothy, who acknowledged that there was an error in the production of completion certificate leading to the overpayment. He accepts that after engaging with the contractor, 6 million out of the 44 million was recovered, leaving a balance of 38 million, requiring your urgent attention. 3, and the last one, the issues I'm bringing forward. The assessment of local government service delivery report for last financial year for Maracha district was extremely, very, very poor. Based on this report and poor performance, I had to assign, in addition to the senior planner, Draman Caesar, Senior Fisheries Officer, to provide additional manpower to foster coordination in the forthcoming assessment of service delivery, which is scheduled for December this year. We are lucky other districts, they are already completed. We are lucky that this team is coming in December, and it will give us another time to prepare our house. So you need to engage the assessment team. The mock assessment is already carried out. The team for assessment is in place, headed by the senior planner. I've headed Draman Caesar to provide additional coordination unit. If you don't do this, we are going to continue having a repeated poor performance, which will result into poor resource allocation for the district. And Maracha is a very poor district. We need to apply our brains to look for money. We need to apply our brains to look for money. So these are things which I need to bring to your attention. Heads of departments, these are their contacts, these are their names. I don't need to waste a lot of time doing that. The sub-county chiefs and town clerks, the details are here. Bank accounts, we have the bank accounts for districts now lie in Bank of Uganda. And there is one bank account called the operational bank account, which we normally, when we are making payments, this money can go there. But most of the funds are with the Bank of Uganda, and I have, where are the details? Here for somebody can call this tenant. Let us try to bring me that details. The printed. Stella, do you have the printed bank statements? I thought they gave me to photocopy. I want to read the balances, what is remaining on the account, so that you get to know before I can go away. You can pause for a moment, because it is very important.
The document is not having there.
Okay.
These are different. There are some copies.
Attach the last page.
Maybe this document is not having there.
The last page.
This is the comprehensive bank balances in Bank of Uganda. Very comprehensive. Each vote and each sub sector is provided very clearly here. So I don't need to read because it is a bit lengthy. The bank balance is 6.7 billion. Is 6 billion 729 million 925,926 things. Out of these, we have salaries, and also development, and also recurrent. Salaries is the 4,112,314,787. And the rest, which comprise of development and recurrent, is the 2,617,611,339. This is what is available on the account as I leave Maracha, going to where? Details can be seen here. We have a list of ongoing. The procurement process has been started, and we have a list of projects that are being processed. There are a bit many. They are how many? Let me see. They are 31. The projects which are being processed for contract signing, they are 31. For which funds have been received. You get the point? So they are here. In case you need, you can be able to get the list of the details of the projects which are being processed by PDU, for which the incoming cow will be able to commit himself and then sign the what? We have government programs within the district. We have IRC, international, which means what? International Rescue what? Committee. We have Infectious Disease Institute, IDHI, available in Maracha here, providing partnership and providing services in the district here. Unfortunately, Chairman LC5, the office of the RDC, once we have these partners in place, we need to do the needful to ensure that they don't move away. So we should retain the very partners. I have their names here. Let them not be facilitated to move away. Because for us, we are a very poor district and we need more services. And therefore, if we need more services, we need partners to complement the local revenue resources that we don't have enough. We also have the Rural Initiative for Community Empowerment. We have Marie Stops Uganda, we have PICOT, we have JICA, we have Plan International, we have a Money Initiative, we have WHO and SMG. We can be able to attract many more in case we can desire to do that. We have challenges in managing the district. It is never very easy to manage a district. There are associated and corresponding challenges which I need to share with you. First of all, we have very few staff. I have told you we have 45% of staff that have not been hired to fill the gap. And most of these are in the sub-counties. Most sub-county chiefs are in acting positions. We only have 1 or 2 sub-county chiefs that are substantively appointed. So the acting cow, I'm appealing to you, you need to get in touch with the Minister of Public Service, you need to get in touch with the Minister of Finance, look for more money, and then recruit more staff to fill and ensure that the 45 buses that are being parked in the yard get driven and provide services to those areas we are desiring. 2, we have court cases. And court cases, it is never very easy to handle court cases. It is very expensive. Every court case we have been attending in court, it requires not less than 1 million. That is a case where the lawyer is able to walk from his office up to the High Court or to the Magistrate Court. But in situations where sometimes the case in Kampala, it requires more than that. So I am appealing to you to get in touch with the planner and the CFO and look for more money if you want to comfortably handle court cases. Otherwise, you will sacrifice personal money to attend these court cases at your own cost. But district should be able to provide that because there are looming cases coming which I'm going to present to you clearly. And based on that, I think let me present to you. There are basically 2 active cases. There are 2 active cases in court for Maracha. There is the case of Agoni Swai versus Maracha District. The hearing date was scheduled for 15th of October last month in Koboko. I went personally to attend, but unfortunately the magistrate who should have attended the court was not there. So they are going to reschedule another day, which you need to take in interest and attend that court in Koboko. 2, there is a case between the acting district engineer, Timothy Ezati, and Maracha District Local Government over issue of civil procedure. When I talk of civil procedure, is an allegation made for having done things irregularly. An allegation, because it is court to prove, an allegation for having done something irregularly. So I was taken to court by Timothy that I did 2 things irregularly. And that thing, the one of it is I assigned, because I had assigned Mr. Oneti to act as the district engineer. And the reason which I brought out very clearly to assign Oneti was one of the best performed heads of department. In water, he had got 88 out of 100. And the best was where's Dr. Chandia? Huh? Dr. Chandia was the best. Out of 100, he got 96. And then the department Timothy was leading was engineering and works. And it is scored 29. It is scored 29. So based on that performance, and infrastructure was, how do you call it? It was the denominator for the, how do you call it? It was the denominator for, if you get 88 like Unet get for what, as got for water, they put that one as a numerator, isn't it? And the denominator becomes the infrastructure. So that means the 29 was the basic for the achievement of all the departments. If they say water has got 88 over 29 times 100. So it lowered UNET's performance from 88 to how many? 64. To 64. It lowered the performance of Chandia Doctor from 96 to... So in terms of performance, we performed very poorly because the infrastructure was not doing very well. And we thought of trying to reorganize the system. And I was caught up by events, and that's how I became a victim of circumstance, trying to improve on service delivery. So that, because it's poor service delivery in terms of report, as the correlation in the allocation of resources, that means we lost a lot of money for Maracha because our performance was very poor. So I thought I would reorganize the system, but I ended up being taken in court. And this was a little unfortunate for me. So I needed to have given you a background of really how this case started. And I'm not sure whether the performance of the department will improve, because court had to issue an injunction in the operations of the department. As I talk now, we have a lot of money in the Department of Works for which works are not ongoing. Court had to order me to reinstate Timothy, which I have done. And his PIN, we have already submitted to Ministry of Finance for a PIN change, so that now things can begin trickling. Money can begin trickling, and then services, activities can be implemented. So this is actually what I did, and we need to improve. Vehicles. We have very many vehicles that are obsolete, very many indeed. When you look at the parking yard, less than 50% of the vehicles in the parking yard are on road, and a number of them are down. I have gone ahead with the CFO and the what? That team, the Board of Survey. We have constituted the Board of Survey, and there were recommendations to board of this vehicle being presented before council. Council has endorsed. I invited the valuer from Ministry of Lands, and then from Ministry of Works. The report is like out. We now need Mr. Cow. We now need to commit the head of PDU to identify the most appropriate disposal of method. Whether you're going to donate these obsolete vehicles to sub-counties, whether you're going to auction them, whether you're going to sell them using sealed bids, it is now you to convey the PDU to decide on the appropriate disposal of method. That is the level at which I have reached. So you can be able to take up that very urgently and save the district from having quite a lot of these very obsolete vehicles. They are not repairable. We may sink a lot of money in them, but we shall end up wasting a lot of money, as far as that is concerned. Delays in accountability. I want to thank PAC. PAC, you have helped me a lot in this area. People that have not been able to account for public funds, I submitted their names to you, having failed to engage them to account for this money. I submitted their names to you, and they were invited, you engaged with them, and you recommended appropriately for my action as staff. And your recommendation stimulated my strength. And I'm telling you, out of the 50% of the unaccounted for funds, at least I think now only about 10, or even less than that. So I want to thank you for that job, and I encourage you to do that job so that we avoid issues of unaccounted for funds within the district. So, I think basically this is, ladies and gentlemen, in your different capacities, this is what I thought I should be able to share with my colleague. But before I stop, I would like to appreciate, I wish to very sincerely appreciate the following who provided me a very conducive platform and support to enable me successfully execute my duties for the period I was in Maracha as the CAO and the accounting officer. These are the following. Deck and Council, heads of department, sections, and all staff of Maracha staff, Maracha District Local Government, staff of the Office of the CAO, RDC, you will excuse me, your name should have surfaced number 1. I think it was a typing error. I want to apologize for that. Actually, your support to me was overwhelming. The support of the Office of RDC to me, I have told you, was overwhelming. You did quite a lot. You mentored me in terms of matters of security. You mentored me in all aspects of my career, which I don't want to go without making a mention about that. I also want to thank the civil society organizations, the private sector, all the religious leaders. As I head to Agabo district for tour of duty, I wish you good health and successful deliberations in whatever engagements you will undertake. For God and my country. So we have provisions for signatures here. The one for me as CAO, outgoing, one for the outgoing CAO. Witnesses, we need the chairman to witness, and also the security team, maybe headed by RDC, and the rest. So this is what I thought I should be able to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, in regard to my speech for the handover to Mr. Erisu Peter Amos, who is the incoming acting CAO. May God bless all of you.
Members, can we have a loud hand clap? Thank you so much. I now want to seek guidance whether we should sign the handover report first for those who are supposed to sign, or we can continue with the speeches and the remarks.
We can go for current. A working signature.
Okay. So I'll be moving with the report. Thank you.
I now would like to take this opportunity to officially hand over the office of the Chief Administrative Officer of Maracha District to Mr. Peter Amos Erisu. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Now, next in the program, we are going to have remarks by the incoming Chief Executive Officer. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you, MC, the President Commissioner and your team, the City Council and members of NEC, the Speaker in absentia, rest of departments, chairpersons and members of the bodies, religious leaders, civil society in the room, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank God for the day that we are here to witness very important function for the district, but for us as the public officers of central government. I want to thank my colleague, Patrick Olila, for the work we've done. For us who come from other districts, we put our ears to understand what happens in the districts. And for us deputies, when we are transferred, the most first thing you want to know who is the cow and what is the performance of the district. When I got a transfer to Maracha, I was meeting a person for the first time. I came to know Mr. Olila in around 2014 when he was in Bukedia. For me, I was a town clerk, Kabumelo town council, so that's our region. So we kept on moving and meeting those meetings and workshops. And when I was brought here, I knew I was coming to work with somebody who knows what to do. And the person who's committed to the work. And indeed, when I came, I found that the person that I knew that I'm working with. Mr. Olila, I think, worked only for 1 year as a deputy, and he was acting throughout until it was confirmed. But it doesn't come all of a sudden. It comes because of your past record, but also how you handle things. So I want to thank you, Kao, for the work you have done for Maracha. For a Kao to stay in this for 2 years is not easy. Where Kao came from, so far they have transferred, there are 3 cows who have worked with them, 3. But here we have only 1 cow. I think we need to give a very big applause for this one. All that come not because the PSA is a person, but how do you manage your affairs in the district? Because our PS is grounded against dossiers, whistleblowers, and everything. So if you say a cow was taken 2 years uninterrupted, I don't take that for granted. So Patrick, I want to thank you so much for that. I want to thank the team that has supported COW. When I came here, I found that DEC, the district council, security team, they are highly connected with also the COW. Highly connected. And to me, that's a big confidence to me. It gave me courage that this is manageable. You can manage it. Most districts you find conflict, chairman does not talk with COW, chairman does not talk with the RDC, chairman does not talk with the department, but here I did not find such a scenario. Meaning we are here committed to support each other to provide a service. I want to pray that the same support you have given Patrick Olila as a person, but as COW, I pray that let's give it the same to me to enable me perform the work. It's not easy, this office is not easy as you may think. When you're a driver, you may, when you're a passenger, when the man is navigating the halls, you may think this man is a reckless driver, he's a careless driver, he's very slow or he's too fast. But this office, you don't manage with impulse. You don't manage with book knowledge only. You have to apply, they call 99%, 24/7. You need to go outside the box to see how do I navigate the district to ensure that you have not compromised the basic function of the local government. Notwithstanding the challenges of the environment, because these districts are not unique, but what presents the uniqueness is the type of people you are managing. The ethnic groups, how vibrant the economically is, how vibrant is it among the staff you're having. So we need to work together and ensure that we build on what Patrick has done. When I find the display, I say still, my work is not very hard, it's very simple. I build on what he has done, what he had started. So I'm not here to come and unlock things, but I want to support the system that already has been put in place. The performance of the COW, if the office of the chairperson, also the RDC and the SO department cooperative, our work is just very simple. We just become drivers. But when you find their ups and downs, that's where we shall have timely situation in the district. So I want to pray that let's work together. Let's moving forward. Let us come and go. We are all human beings. We could be having our personal weakness as a person, but it should not deter you from giving the opportunity to support you, to offer service to you. You look at what Patrick has done, the good things he has done, what the good things he has done, and that's what you should focus on. But if you focus on the negatives, then marriage will not grow. When you start fighting, it means you will not be seeing the good things you have done as a district, as we are head and the technical stuff. So we need to really be objective the way we are going to do things so that we move this district to greater height. I sure love work as a team. What do I lose if I work to this or to concern? Do I lose my position? Am I undermining this one? If I work to chairman as the most obvious technical issues, do I lose my name and my title? So I like that. So that when you make a mistake, you make us a team. When you succeed as a team. I don't like I want we. The achievements of the district is not on the count, but all of us, we must work together to ensure that we see the district. I want us to give the opportunity to serve you. Yes, I'm acting, but I'm not new. I have told people, I've been in this district, in this service for long. This is my 21st year, and I'm not acting the first time. I've ever acted in these offices. So what is only new, the work method of Maracha, but it's nothing new in the system. I've acted, I've been in it for sometimes 6 years plus, so things are not so much very unique. But what makes it difficult is the relation you are going to accord to me. When you accord me positive response, things will move. If things are not well, it means you are going to fail me. And when you fail me, you have failed your district. The bad news or good news that for us when you disturb us, something we are taken away. But it's not our wish to go when the district is what? In chaos. We shall want to live when the district is in harmony, when you have added a value on the district by the time you came in. If you find you are number 140, but you live, it should be at least about 100. But you don't get the district at 140, then you live with the district number 176. Have you added a value? I think that's what we should really focus on. Because you made a lot of challenges. Yes, these are challenges we face in local governments. And every family, there are challenges. Even those districts that perform better, the singers, do have challenges, but how do we manage those challenges? I want to ask, let's avoid being alarmist. Every small issue you go to radio, there's a radio in this country, I'm not going to mention. Even the smallest things already on radio. I'm happy the members of the press here. Let's be positive reporting. Let's try to manage it within ourselves. When we become alarmist, we frustrate the effort of those who are trying to do good work. But also we should also thank you for those who have done work. Out of the 13 departments, you may find 8 or 9 are doing better. The 9 who are doing better should be appreciated, and we should encourage them to support the other ones who are not working. So let's try to say things. You have had a car done ABCD. I've been away for a long time. You don't say this man is absent. Ask me, why am I not in the office? Why am I not in the office? Why is this person not performing? I should not be rushing to write for you letters, going to the press, and reporting to every authority. No, we should be able to handle things within the in-house for the good of the district, not for my good as a person. When we achieve, it's not my praise, right? It's all of us who shall be say thank you for the work done. So I want to ask for your cooperation, your team spirit. So the chairman, I don't get worried. You don't get worried that they took a cow, they left this deputy to act. No, acting does not mean they undermine the district. There's that perception that when someone's acting, one will not move. That's not true. It's tested, that's why the place gives opportunity. You can be acting, but you will perform the same work. My work and car is not different. When you see what we are doing with car, we don't do different work. The only difference, car is account officer. But we are all cows, and we are doing the same. When you talk of payroll, I'm there. Talk of control, we are there. So I want you to give the confidence, don't get worried. I know this will have challenges, but together we shall try to manage the challenges. Where I'm unable to manage, please, I welcome all your guidance. Give me the guidance to help you to move. Advise me, you can call me at personal level, we shall always have engagements so that we see how we move forward. I don't want to speak much, but I want to thank you once of Patrick. I want to wish you all the best in Agamo district. I don't think you are going to be on the sleep, you are going to sleep in the, how do I call it, but I know there are challenges in Acholi region also. But by mere fact you manage West Nile, you should be able to manage the region very well. And I'm very sure Akera must have left some legacy there that you need to build on. I will always keep consulting from you because unfortunately I've left at a short time, we have not worked so much. But the short time we have interacted, your father. Chairman Olila is the father. There are a lot of issues that happen in this district. If there are other cows, I'm very sure some of you will not be in offices. In the neighbor Tereko, you know some over 5 officers have been interdicted. But here, I've not seen a report for a person interdiction. It's fatherly. Certainly you stomach them, you swallow the pain, but for the good of service delivery. I can introduce a person, but very benefit. So, Patrick has been a father, and I pray that you continue the same spirit in Agamo. We are born differently, but by mere fact, you are an institution, you are forced to behave like you are together. Me, I come from Kalaki. But when I came here, I'm forced to adjust and fit in and work together. I want to repeat, public offices are not run by impulses, emotions, and rumors. Nothing. Because rumors are not defendable in authority. Impulses will not take you anywhere. Emotion will not take you anywhere. But you must run it with facts and with data to enable you to defend your actions at appropriate time. Because all of us, we have to account at one time. We have to account. You do this, why do you do it? You have a report. You did this, why did you do it? You must have an answer. So I want to thank you so much, members. I want to thank you, Cow. I want to wish you all the best. We are Ugandans. We are the same region. You are going to really not cast ties. I was told there are some cows when they are transferred, you even remove off the contracts of the list that you have played, but please, let's be in touch. Yes, they were those other cows, especially when you leave.
I'm going to remove your contract.
So, let's be in touch. At the personal level, we shall be consulting, the security will be consulting, and we need each other. So I want to thank you so much. I want to wish you the best. When the function ends, January months, the members of statutory bodies, I will work with you. Please don't hesitate to work with me. I don't trespass. I know my lane, I know my work, and I know I will late. I say this for God and my country.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause, please. Because we are handover speech and the takeover speeches, so I cannot be able to dilute them by saying I'm going to add something. No. But I did want to mention, I was just interacting with Mr. Olakira the other day. Like the cow was reported more than 3 cows have actually been transferred, which means a period of 3, 6 months, 8 months, another cow is brought in. So the fact that our cow is handing over after 2 years really speaks a lot that he has been very, very good, very parental, and I think you have heard the testimony he has said in other districts how technical officers have been clashing with accounting officers. So Council Department, I think our cow deserves a hand clap. Let us clap for them. Yeah, like I said in our program, we are going to handle some of these speeches outside, but we are now left with 2 important speeches from the district chairperson, and then there is the district commissioner who is going to give the closing remarks and close this sitting here. The rest of the other things will be handled at another venue. May I now take the opportunity to invite the district chairperson to give his remarks. District chairperson is welcome.
Thank you, Manager. The Deputy Resident District Commissioner and the Security Chiefs, the Outgoing cow, the new cow political leaders, technical team. I don't know that it's still morning. Morning to you all. No afternoon. It's actually afternoon to you all. My name is Obito Stephen, as you know, the district chairman. I want to thank God for this function. I listened religiously from the remarks made by Outgoing cow and also Incoming cow. They have actually said everything. I'm only left with the very small remarks to make. I want to equally thank cow for the diligent service offered to Maracha. Actually, out of the 3 cows I've worked with, he has been so far the longest serving cow here and the most cooperative cow. Somebody talked about high turnover. Generally, all over the country, there is high turnover of central government staff. Cows, RDCs, these shows are mentioned there. And that is in line with the public service standing orders. But what I want to say here to my people of Maracha is, at times there are factors that influence transfers. And some of the factors are caused by us, the recipients of services in the district. If you flash back a bit, we have been having Outgoing cow, we've been having deputy cows that worked only for 3 months, 4 months. Oli was here for, I think, 4 months. The guy told me, Chair, I don't hide my feeling to you. I'm still young, I have children. If I continue to be here, I will not educate my children. I want to live. That is one of the situations, the environments I'm talking about. Maracha is taken to be a rural place, a poor district, which provides, very unconducive environment to some of the staff who are sent here. Willie and even this other one. There was a Willie, there was who? This other one who went to Napak. Willie, they were just, we. So, they just, both of them couldn't finish a year here. So, environment has a lot to do with the staying of central government staff here. We can be able to make the environment conducive ourselves. We can be able to make the environment unconducive also ourselves. And in this scenario, there are two, in this kind of environment, there are 2 scenarios. Central government staff may be able to force his way out. People have connections in this country. Central government staff, after seeing an conducive environment, he or she may be able to influence his or her transfer. And he goes and leaves you in your environment. There are also scenarios where we ourselves, stakeholders of Maracha, influence somebody's transfer. We influence somebody's transfer. We see what somebody does negatively. And using your network, you also influence the transfer of such a person. Transfer of such a person. Actually, his transfer came when he was even needed here the most. Because there are ongoing court cases where his principal signatory. Where is principal signatory? Much as the cases affecting the district, not the Olila as a person. But the nature of some of the cases needed him to attend to by himself. But because, actually he said he became circumstance, or the victim of circumstance. I liked that statement. Becoming victim of circumstance. But really you've been a father. Just as Peter said, you've been a father. If you were not to be a father, I tell you, just take from Terego, just as somebody has noticed. Over 5 staff sent on interdiction. Only petty things which are not even as grave as some of the matters here. 5. They all serve in interdiction. But you have been taking your staff, the staff here as your children, going by your age, as your children. I like the way you have composed yourself. I know you are well aware that your transfer is influenced and you are living in peace. You are going in a peaceful way. But your going will not be the end of your coming here. I know some of these cases will still need you to come and appear in person. You will be able to come and interact with us again. You talked very well about in some areas. I really want to also say to the incoming cow or the cow who has taken over, you have to interest yourself in certain areas. Much as we have the best human resource in the country, it is true. In the area of salaries, we are doing very well. But cow, when you are living, when you have left intending beneficiaries of gratuity and pensions, you are leaving a good number of them very hard. You remember you promised to some of them before me that the chamber will be their last to expect their pays. This is November. Nothing is done. Actually, a number of them are also planning to take the district to court. You know, Maracha is none of court issues. Maracha people believe issues can only be addressed in court, in courts of law. So we have a number of them who are also ganging around. They have approached their lawyer, and the lawyer is also preparing documentation to sue the district. Delayed payment of benefits of retired officers, the deceased's benefits, pensions. Somebody today, this month, somebody is on, another month, somebody is off. System error in and out, system error in and out. They are now comparing us with other districts. Whether system errors, system challenges are not there in other districts, where there are limited issues to do with where there are limited issues to do with what? With the payment of those beneficiaries. So I welcome you dearly to this office, and I know you will be able to take care from where the outgoing cow are left. Cow only raised here 2 issues, court issues. There are also several others, land-related, affecting sub-counties and the rest. So you invest yourself in those and ensure we address these matters by not letting the district to go into losses. Cow painfully said that at times you have to use your money to go to attend to court. This calls for our budget desk to ensure. I think I remember council made some approval, increased some money for those purposes. So it was really painful seeing Cow pulling his own money for the case he's battling with the acting engineer. Paying his own money from his pocket. I believe arrangement, then arrangements will be done to refund his money. Because this lawyer, they cannot go to represent you in court before you do anything. But the good news here is the government lawyers, 2 senior lawyers from Attorney General Chambers, and 1 senior lawyer, the legal officer of Arua City. They are confident that these cases against the district are going to be thrown out. That is their conviction. Let's pray what they are talking is true, and these cases are thrown out at an appropriate time. The hearing for the case of Timothy against the district is on 19th January. I need to alert you, because the 3 lawyers put defense. That cow never faulted in assigning another person, because that is at easy disposal, easy jurisdiction. Or Iranian's promotion of Oneti has also been challenged in that response. According to their response, as they assumed there was no faulting, which means there was no court order. If there was no court order, there was no contempt of court. So once this hearing is done and the court ruling is made, you will be good to go. You will be good to go. I don't want to take long. We have another session out there. Other things will be talked out there. But my final advice to our staff: learn to coexist. Learn to coexist. There is a lot of cliquism here in Maracha, which makes smooth running of the district very hard for these people. Cliquism. When an accounting officer is trying to deal with an issue, you find now these cliques forming and making the going tough for the accounting officer, which at times even makes the accounting officer run away, or which makes the accounting officer to be influenced to go away. To be influenced to go away. It makes us not to have consistency in the normal running of the affairs of the district. If we don't stop with our cliquism, the end result will not be good for some of us. The end result will not be good for some of us. The more cliques you have, the more you get exposed. And when the long arms of the government lands on you, your clique there will not survive. Your clique there will not survive. And it is not far from now, when some of these cliquisms, when some of the cliques will be broken. I want to say this from the bottom of my heart, because you are making life hard for us as leaders. You are making life hard for us. A person like me, political head of the district, you want me to run everywhere? You want me to run everywhere? You want me to have problems with our accounting officers all the time? You want me to have problems with the security team all the time? You want me to have problems with my colleague political leaders all the time? Just for your own sake. I beg to move Varadish. I think I'm well placed to invite you to conclude the speeches. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Our district chair, the security team, our outgoing cow, our incoming cow, the heads of departments from the district level up to sub-county level, our boards and commissions present here, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. It is a day, I want to say, a day of blessing from Almighty God, that today we are all gathered here. How we want to say thank you to you on behalf of the security team of the district. We want to say thank you to you. We want to say thank you also to the incoming acting chief administrative officer for having accepted the roles. You have acknowledged here that you are not new, and I know together we are going to make it. To all, we have been all stakeholders, performing different roles, but eventually achieving the same vision, same mission, same strategic objectives. So I want to thank all of you for the inputs at your own level that makes the district move. And that will continue to be the spirit that we should have, because we are representing a bigger population outside. The population of the people of Maracha, as we speak now here, we are speaking on behalf of them. And the work that we are doing is on behalf of them. Cow, 2 years has not been a short period. It has not been a short period. We have learned a lot from you. You have been a father to us. Even on an official level, we will still consult. We will still find out, we call you. So we want to thank you. You have given us management skills. At most times when you are there to give us a brief, you give a lot of technical information, technical guidance on key areas that will need attention or that will need something to be addressed. So we want to thank you for your seniority. Members, I also want to acknowledge that transfers are normal things, especially for us all. Transfers of responsibilities are normal. For those under central government, it is in our appointment that we can work in any part of the country. And for those in the district, if you are not really a head of department, you are at operational level, you can work in any part of the sub-counties. So really what we are doing is a legal activity, handover is a legal process, and all what we are doing are under the laws of this country. So I want to thank you for being here, that we acknowledge this official handover and taking of both the outgoing and the incoming. To my brother, who are the acting cow, I know you are coming at a time when things are not on silver plate. They are not on silver plate, but now this tasks you to use your management skills. The management skills that you have, the coordination skills, the teamwork. This is now the time for you to put it, to see how you can coordinate, because you have become the pivotal point for all activities in the district. And for us, as members of the security, we will always be able to coordinate with you. And members, you have also appreciated that whenever something comes up in this district, something of concern, we have never taken it up without consulting you, who is consulting the source or the problem source. We have never gone ahead to take things up like that. We will still come back we are hearing this and that. Is it true? How do we move with it? That has been our approach in many of the things in the district, and we have solved a number of things using that method. And we will continue to work with you and to consult when there are concerns which are for the good of the district. We will always be able to consult you before moving to another level. Kawa, I want to thank you for opening up on key areas that you have left on the table. Key things you have left on the table. That becomes the beginning point of actions for our incoming cow. Handover and takeover means you take over both assets and liabilities. So the area of the assets, the good things are good, but the areas of concern that you have raised are also immediate action for the incoming cow. That becomes now the working point for our incoming cow. If there are things you feel that you can coordinate with other stakeholders to see the processes through, our doors are always open. So we want to thank you, Cow, for being very open in those areas, and we have taken it up because we are going to have a copy of these documents. We want to thank you. You have echoed that we hold our partners. Our partners who are here, we want to pledge that we shall continue working with you because you really give a lot of input for us. So we are going to work with you this year. We are very happy because you have partners. Specifically, I want to say thank you to education. Because for long, education has been ours alone. But this time we have partners in education, we have partners in health, and with that, we think we will be able to change the image of very many things in the district. The cow raised the issue of assessment for the incoming cow. Last week we were having health sector performance review meeting for first quarter. I was happy in that meeting that the health sector took it upon themselves to do analysis of their performance before all the stakeholders. And the entire stakeholders were able to give inputs of where the gaps are and where they can correct. So I want to use also this meeting that our incoming cow, probably you will call for us another immediate meeting of internal assessment report. The report the reporter said they are our own Caesar. The district fisheries officer has been in the field leading in that area. So we will wish that we sit so that he gives us a report per each sector of how the sectors are performing before we receive the external people from office of the Prime Minister. So that by that time we will have known internally how we are performing, and if there are things we are supposed to do right, we should be able to look into that and address it. Just like the way Chairman has said, there are other areas like those unpaid areas. I also want to echo that our people who worked for us under IRS, the indoor residual spraying, they did work for us, but we have not paid them. Dr. Notso, have we paid them? I don't know. But
the finance team can confirm.
Okay, but for us, people come to our office, so at that level they still feel that they have not received what? They have not received their money. I think those are some of the immediate things which should really be taken into, that our people who have worked under the indoor residual spraying process also be paid immediately because they did work diligently. So really, I do not want to say so much. Cow Uganda is very small. For me, as a staff at that level, tomorrow I may be in your district also. I may also be in your district.
The current RDC of this district, I work with her in Maracha.
Yes.
You don't know what we will
You will meet here.
So let's work closely.
Exactly. Yeah, so I may be there with you next time.
In the next district.
I may be with any other person. I may be elsewhere. So Uganda is our own country. It's our own. So we should own our own country with the double hand, because it is our own, and the incoming and heads of department. Let's work. Let's work within our roles. Let's not go into problems. Let's do what we can manage. When we are in a questioning tone, let's sit down on the table and we question ourselves from the table and conclude it. Is it true that this brain cannot finish things? So that is it. Otherwise, I want to say I am happy cow to you once more. I want to acknowledge that you have worked very well with security, and we have always been behind you. You have worked very well with us, and we shall continue to work with all of you. My senior is not around. She should have really wished to be here. She has a patient at home, and she could not wait for this day. She has sent you her sincere words of appreciation that within this shortest period she has been with you, you have been a very, very good person. One who will be able to freely talk to and discuss matters. So she's not around, but she is at heart with you. And when the time comes, cow, please, we wish you journey masses. God should continue opening your ways, and we wish you the best. You send our regards to your family, to the children, to every other person. That you are going from here is in good heart. We do not have personal problems with you. It is in good heart, it is in good spirit, and we will continue to link up. So thank you, members. I have said all this for God and my country. Thank you.
So I think we have come to the end of the function here. Like I said, we're not going to proceed to the other venue where we're going to have some refreshment. But I want to request that before we leave here, let us have some group photo in front of the building. We shall have joint group photo, and then we shall have the deck, security team, and the cows. And then we shall proceed to the venue. The venue is just the next year, within the compound. So can we smart to do the same? We're not going to waste time. Very plain.
Oh, my man. Go ahead. You're supposed to be there. This side. Okay. Okay, are we okay?
Some people are missing out.
You know, it's really adjustment that side. No phones of these days can zoom in and out and serve everything. Eh? It's a cow. They really cow.
I'm smiling right now. I'm laughing.
Emma, you're not taking.
It's okay now?
Are we done? We are burning.
We are done.
Okay.
Good work. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, go on. Yeah.
So, Honorable, we first of all want to welcome you for this interview, and we want to get a comment from you regarding this event that has just taken place. the transfer of the cow, Mr. Olila Patrick, from here and is going to Agago district. What is your comment about that? And secondly, in his report, there were some issues to do with the corruption scandals, and one of which includes the directive by PPDA directing the district to recover 219 million shillings the district engineering department erroneously paid to the former constructor for Kololo Seed Secondary School. So what is your take on these issues? You can start for us with the introduction.
Yeah, thank you. I first of all want to say in the public service standing orders, transfers are normal. And whether you are a central government staff or local government staff, at one point you will be on transfer. And specifically for Mr. Olila Patrick, who has been in the district for the last 2 years, I first of all want to appreciate the workforce of the district. I want to appreciate Olila as a passion for the good work has done as far as service delivery is concerned in the district. However, the transfer of Mr. Olila Patrick, to me, is not a normal transfer, because of late there has been a lot of issues within the district which are work related, specifically court cases which are trying to emanate from the duties and the roles of a chief administrative officer. One key issue is, as a DEC member, the chief administrative officer has been consulting us from time to time as far as issues of service delivery is concerned. And one key issue I want to bring to the attention of the public is the issue of Kololo Seed Public Secondary School, which the cow alluded to in his handover. In the recent audit report, that reveals that over 219 million has been paid to the first contractor of the project, that is Achoro Engineering Company Limited, which we, the honorable councillors and the people of Maracha, has been cascading against. This came out clearly when we came to office in 2021. We were hit by this corruption scandal of Kololo Seed Public Secondary School, and very, very unfortunately, many of us stakeholders in the district have been denying the fact that there is corruption in that project. And today, it is now dramatic. The chief administrative officer, who is the accounting officer in that regard, has come out publicly and said there has been, based on the audit report, there has been money to the tune of 219 million paid to the contractor for works not done. That one shows out clearly that there's the tendencies of corruption. There's a lot of corruption in the district here. This syndicate is being played by a section of technical officers, but when you try to touch the button, you become their best enemy. And I want to say it is very, very unfortunate. And that is one of the things that has caused the transfer of the cow. You're also aware that over 44 million has also been erroneously paid to a contractor who has been working on our project in Maracha Health Center 4. We have the technical people, especially the engineering team, who are supposed to, first of all, before cow effects any payment, certificate is supposed to be generated by the technical team, that is the engineering department, to certify the level of work that has been done before payment is effected. Now this one brings me to the aspect of how technical are the technical people doing work in the district. And seamlessly, these same technical officers who have made errors of overpaying the contractors of Maracha Health Center 4 and also Kololo Seed Public Seed SS project there have taken cow and the entire district to court. This is very, very contradicting. I want to thank Mr. Olila Patrick for having done his work. I know he has green hands, but he has been pushed by some other unscrupulous technical officers who have their own interest, and they keep pushing him from time to time to scandal, to corruption scandals. I want to bring to the point the issue where the cow and the entire district has been taken to court over issues of assignment, which in the public standing orders the role of a chief administrative officer. Cow has the liberty to assign if a department, if a department does not have a head of department substantive appointed, it is at the grace of the cow to appoint somebody whom he or she thinks is competent to do work in that department. And in that regard, officers have been assigned in the Department of Engineering. There's no substantive district engineer since the district began. And the people have been assigned to do work in that department. Why would it be an alarm if somebody has been shifted from one department to another, and actually from being a head of department to his ordinary work for he has been recruited? And then another one is brought on board to ensure that service to our people is very, very effective. Why has it become a problem? You now clearly know that there are people who get extra benefits in a fraudulent manner in that particular department. That's why they don't want to leave it. Cow's decision came as a result of performance. You are all aware, last financial in the recent assessment results, Maracha performed poorly. Maracha was 149th district, 40th district in the whole country. Out of 176 districts, Maracha was 140. And that means that we did not perform well. And one of the departments that did not make us perform well is engineering department, where Maracha scored only 29. Now, when Cow took decision to do shopping in the head of department, what is wrong with that? And I want to say this is uncalled for. And I also want to express my anger to some of us who are even political leaders. Throughout, they have been castigating that there is no single coin of Kololo public seed that has been embezzled. And today, the audit report is saying 219 million has been erroneously paid to the contractor who began the project. That is Achoro Engineering Limited company. Now you are saying no single coin has been embezzled, and the audit report is saying 219 million has been embezzled. Where are we taking the district? If some of us political leaders are contradicting themselves, yet these are the people who are supposed to save the funds of the district. And then today, when a cow wants to make changes here and there for the better service delivery in the district, people are taking the cow to court. What gas do they have? If the powers were in my hands, some of these technical officers would be serving in the district long time. Because we even have evidences to attest to issues concerning corruption in the district here. Only that some of these are technical in nature, then some of us who are political leaders who are not cooperative, who are not united. That's why some of the technical officers are getting loopholes to penetrate through, to succeed in their mission of corruption. Now that the cow part of Olila is going to Agago, and I first of all want to say we wish him well in the next duty station. But I want to caution our technical officers, some of our technical officers who have corrupt minds in the district, who think the district is for them. Last time, when we sat for our last district executive committee, I personally requested through Chairman LC5 the cow and the team to bring photocopies of their appointment letters. If your appointment letter is reading water officer, take your appointment letter, go to the office of water. If your appointment reads district health officer, take your appointment letter, go to the office of DHO. If your appointment letter is reading DO, you go to that office. But if you have been assigned just a mere assignment, you will do this anytime. Tomorrow I can even withdraw, because the law is very clear. Why would you take take
Lastly,
the issue to court.
Lastly, as you conclude, what do you expect from this incoming cow, as you also a secretary for social services?
Yeah, one, I trust this deputy cow by appointment who has been assigned to act in the absence of now the chief administrator who is on transfer. Me, I want to say I have very much trust in him. He will do his work as per the law demands. But now the challenge is if he does not have the support. If he does not have the support from us, the political leaders, if he does not have the support from the technical officers who are heads of department, if he does not have the support from the security, we may not realize much changes in him. It is all about cooperation. We are the owners of the district. We are here, the political leaders, we are on behalf of the population of Maracha. It is incumbent upon us to ensure that we streamline things, we bring issues to light, to give direction to the cow, because we, the DEC members, were the technical arm of the political wing. Okay. We are here in the district from time to time. We need to give the new cow direction.
Finally, 263 million paid in excess.
It is 219 million.
Plus the one for
health center. Yes.
It is altogether 263 million paid in excess. When you look at this money would go into service delivery and would take work very far. As a representative of what the common person in the community and so forth, so this be a bygone kind of case or incident? What is your thinking?
People quickly run to take the district to court. It is also high time we take them to court. We shall not relax on this matter. We already have a document to that effect. There's audit report, which is authentic document. What we are going to do is we shall, we the DEC members, we are composed. We are united. We are going to also call for emergency meeting with now the newly brought cow, who has been a deputy cow here and has been assigned to be the acting cow. We are going to compose ourselves and then we shall launch investigation to this matter here. How this 219 million has been fraudulently paid to a contractor who has not finished even our work. Up to now, we are still nursing the wounds of Olila public CDSS. The project is not complete. And then at the health center 4, over 44 million has erroneously been paid. It is also high time we retrieve this information, we take the perpetrators to court. They also need to go and sort themselves there. They think taking the district to court is something easy, and it's also high time we take them to court. They also have to face the music the same way. We shall not relax this, because the population that is supposed to be served by Kolo Seat, the population that is supposed to be served here in Health Center 4, you all know that Maracha Health Center, Maracha as a district don't have a district hospital, and it's only this high-level facility that could serve our people. How dare would someone come and embezzle money for this Health Center 4? I'm not quite sure that these monies have been erroneously paid to contractors. You never know. People must have played a trick, and this money is in people's pockets, especially the technical people, the technical officers. People are fond of playing, syndicate in the district here. I give you this, back those who receive that. We're all aware about this. I want to promise, as a DEC member, together with my colleagues, together with the chairman, LC5, we are also going to launch case against the perpetrators. This will not come to pass just like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Thank you.
So, Honorable Bosco,
Yes.
you are the LT5 vice chairperson for Maracha district and also the councillor for Gayton Council to the district council. And when you look at this abrupt transfer of the cow, how does it make you feel like? And secondly, there are issues in his report which are supposed to be affected. Do you see any hope of those issues being addressed as soon as possible by the incoming cow?
Yeah, thank you very much. The transfer of a cow was influenced within, based on the issues that has surfaced of recent. You are aware cow had made a formal written letter to interchange the heads of the department underwater and the works. Immediately when this was affected, issues started to emerge. One of the issues was that the cow and the District Service Commission did not follow civil proceeding in the appointment of Engineer Onati, which I believe is not true, because we trust our District Service Commission. They are informed, they have ever done their work diligently, and they have not caused any cause of alarm for the district. So because of this, cow was penalized and the cow was taken to court. I know out of panic, cow's transfer might have been influenced within by some of the people who still want these issues to surface.
So it went to mean that
Currently,
the corrupt scandal, the corrupt people, the corrupt racket that has gone maybe around to influence his transfer.
yeah, based on the outcome of the recent meetings that we have been having within the district with the security personnel trying to threaten cow that there is already court contempt intending to arrest him out of fear. Cow has now been panicking, and they said that they were going to rescue him so that he is transferred. This is what transpired in some of the meetings internally here. But I want to assure you, cow took a very good decision. We have had a very big challenge in managing our contracts and also our works department, especially infrastructure development. Our biggest challenge has been not diagnosing the challenges affecting the Department of Works. Cow, because he has stayed here for over 2 years, he has already now known how the system works. He has understood the technical officers, and that's why he made that radical decision that he really needed change in the interest of service delivery, so that the outcry of the council is finally resolved. So I want to assure you and the people of Maracha that in Cow's report, we have realized 2 profound issues. One of them is the PPDA recommendation that over 219 million advance payment was made to a contractor that was managing Kololo CDSS. And this recommendation is not longer debatable. It is a recommendation that must be acted upon. And we shall be following how this evidence is going to be provided and whether this money refunded is already there in the accounts of the district. This is what we are going to be so much interested in seeing as the DEC members. The second one is also the issues of marauding, that there has been a mistake in calculating. Because of that, over 44 million has been paid also as an advance. I think this is a repeated challenge. This is for Maracha Health Center 4. This is actually a repeated incident that almost resembles that one of Kololo, which means this has been a deliberate move that we really need at this critical time. We need to forget our political challenges and focus on the interests of the district. When we shall address this, I want to assure you there's going to be no much problem concerning this area. Thank you.
From your observation, if the investigation, the district is going to do its investigation, or the investigative authorities are going to make follow-ups on how those monies that were paid in excess were paid to those contractors, what actions do you think can be taken against such kind of errors?
There is now no investigation. All the investigation has been done, and the final conclusion is that advance payment has been made. The only thing here is recovery. What we shall only follow is whether this money has been recovered. What is remaining is only recovery. And that one there we can do it collectively.
But how are you going to recover that money with, from a contractor whose contract with the district was already terminated and is already on his own way?
We already have the heads of department who are mandated by law to make payments on behalf of the district. How it has happened, it is going to be an issue that they will address. Ours is that we already have information at our desk that this amount of money was paid as an error, and this is still our money as a district, and we shall be following how they are going to make it. The most person that is going to be followed is the owner of the project. First of all, the first one is the Office of Education and also the engineering. So in this case, that recommendation actually implicated the district engineer, the acting district engineer. It has directly recommended that the district engineer should make an effort to recover this amount. So for us, through Office of COW, ours will be to follow how is going to recover this. And our plight will be, once we have seen this evidence, that the money has been recovered and it is with us. That's the only thing that we need.
From some rumors we heard from some sources, they said, especially for the case of Maracha Health Center 4, where 44 million was paid in excess to the contractor, that efforts were made to recover that money from the contractor. He was only able to pay 6 million, and he said for the remaining balance, let the district give him another contract, and their remaining money will be deducted from the next contract. Do you see such kind of ideas?
This scenario here, we shall not welcome it, because initially we did not have this information at our desk. Now that we have this information, and the contractor has already started paying this, we also want to see the evidence of the 60 million that the contractor has paid. Because sometimes people may give you a report that this has been done, but in reality, there is nothing. So we first of all need to ascertain whether the 6 million has been recovered. Once we realize it is now truly it has been recovered, then we shall begin to follow from there. And now force these people who initiated the recovery so that we give them a threshold to finalize this 38 million remaining. Ours is going to be a period because local governments operate within a financial year. This is what we are going to do. Actually, immediately after this, after COW's handover here, what we are going to do is to ensure that we have a DEC meeting. And at a given time, we will even give a feedback to the council on what has transpired here. Some of these issues are not reached to our attention. And we are getting some of this for the first time.
Okay, you see, when we started writing news about all these issues of corruption in Maracha district headquarters, back in 2022, 23, we faced a lot of resistance and backlash from some of the, especially you politicians and also some technocrats in the district here. They were saying there's nothing like corruption in the district. Now that this report by PPDA is finally vindicating us as journalists, that we are indeed right to say that there's something that we are not going in the right direction. Don't you think this kind of report is going to let me say, spoil the political ground for some of you politicians, as we were already in campaign period?
This is going to be based on the sufficient evidence that is provided. I did remember when a whistleblower blew that there was 1.9 billion embezzled in Kololo seed, a good number of people protested, well aware that the project sum for the projects was also 1.9 billion, which means if that money was embezzled, there was going to be nothing on the ground in the Kololo. But if the report had indicated some amount of money of this was misused, that report was going to hold some water. And a good number of us, we are going to back that report that time. Now that this time we already have a sufficient evidence, and evidence that you can own, that physically somebody will even believe this has not been a malicious move. It is a report from a competent government valuer. That one will have no doubt about it. But other issues of allegation where maybe because of political hatred somebody goes there and they report. In most cases, when issues come with such irregularities, it is very difficult for communities to own. And that was the issue at that time. Now currently we have this at stake. It is going to be a joint effort, a concerted effort of all of us, the political leaders. And currently, I want to assure you we have already owned this because we know this has come from a competent government organ that investigates. And this is the report we got. And out of that period, you can even see government agencies evaluated all the allegations previously, and they found none. Because those allegations were made on issues that were not actually accurate. That was the issue at then. But this issue currently is much, much different. Concerning the issues of leadership in the Maracha, people already know the truth that is prevailing. The leaders of Maracha who are vying for position will be vetted by the people of Maracha. This issue concerning mismanagement of projects in the district has not concerned any political leader here. Only that there has been a gap in the dissemination of information. Now that this gap has been filled, it is going to be a collective effort on how we can address it.
Lastly, from me, Hosuta Yusuf, you said you political leaders do not have, cannot take part of the blame over these issues. And when the campaign period, don't you think voters are going to ask you in your rallies that you were presiding over corruption in the district?
The voters had already asked these questions. The voters asked this question. We gave them informed answers based on the report that we have. You know, the council does not operate on rumors. We have documents that we present to the council to sieve correct information that comes from opposed members. Because political people will always go and sell their agendas. Some of them just sell propaganda. But once you tell people the reality, I want to tell you the people will assimilate exactly what they know. The people of Maracha are not far away, they are within here. They know what is taking place here. I want to tell you, beside all of this, there was nothing that the district chairman lost the elections. Based on the outcome of the elections in 17
July
sub-counties, the chairman was born to win election. And this, that is coming. There is no exception, I want to assure you.
You mean the 24th July LC5 chairperson election?
Yes.
The one of NRM primaries?
The primaries.
Okay.
That election was massively rigged, my brother. I want to assure you, currently you go to EC. Tara, that was reported to have registered over 9,467 votes, currently has 6,762 voters. Now where is the difference? You go to Ajira, that was reported to have registered over 4,000 people. Currently you go to EC, there are only 3,000 people registered there. Where is that violence coming from? So this issue was planned. We already are aware about it, and we are not second about any move. Ours is to go and inform the people of Maracha on what has transpired, and they will check on issues that has already happened on the ground. You wait 22nd of January to check whether any of us here in the deck will leave. All of us, I want to show you are coming back here, because all the people of Maracha already know the truth about what transpired.
Okay, thank you, and we leave the political aspect for discussion on another day, and we thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.